Hey there, English 403B. We are trying something new with your weekly Cornell Notes. I think that I've found all the pieces, but let me walk you through what I'm looking for and where to find the resources you need. And if you're a sleuth, if you can help me out and be a detective, let me know if you see any of the old versions of Cornell Notes over the next couple of weeks. So this week, the 225 notes, you don't turn anything in today. What's the next date? In 1 week on 3/4, you do not turn in any notes. On 3/11, you turn in the Jamboard by sharing it to my email. So we have 3 weeks of Cornell Notes going, just ongoing on this Jamboard. So let's walk through how to do it. The week 5 announcement, we are currently in week 5. It's the Friday of week 5. And you've been taking notes if you've been coming to live class, and I've walked you through how to use this. But if you haven't come or you're confused, here we go. This is what to do. So for a Jamboard, the way that I've set this up for Unit 3, Pride and Prejudice weekly notes, is you click this link that I've maybe given you in live class, or you can click it here. But you only should click it once for all of these 3 weeks. Because it's a forced copy. See how it says copy here? It's going to ask us to make a copy. And you don't want to keep making copies every day you take notes. You want to make a copy once, and then it will be in your Google account, auto-saving. It will stay there for you. You can find it there. So make sure you know how to log into whatever Google account it is that you're using. So you have a few options. If you have a personal Google account, like I'm using here, that's fine. You can see in my Google Chrome that I'm using today that I'm logged in as someone. So you can use a personal Google account. I have not limited usage of this Jamboard to only California school Google accounts, but you can use them if you want to. So personal account is okay. Log in first, then click this link once, and then it will be in your Jamboards in your Google apps on the Google Suite, and I'll show you how to find it. I think the way I show you will be helpful. If you don't have a personal Google account, that's fine. Our school creates one for you. Within a few days of you signing up for our school, we create a Google account for you. It does not have email in it, but it gives you access to all of the Google apps. So to log in, you're going to do this. As a Kava student, you will use your student ID, your SID, as the first part of your email address. And the last part is this, californiava.org. Okay, so make sure that you spell that correctly. And then your password is your initials in capitals and your birth date. And be careful here, like here is an example, 8/6/2005. Notice that if it's 1 through 9, if sometimes you would need a 0 before that 8 for August. But in this case, there's no 0 before, but you do need to use the 4-digit year. So 8/6/2005 looks like this. JM, those are this person's initials. And you see that they have a hyphenated last name. It's just the first letter in their whole last name. And if that doesn't work, if you have a space in one of your names, then you may need to try both. So give it a shot, see if you can get logged in to your school account if you like. Again, you can use a personal Google account, no problem for me. So all of this is listed in the week 5 announcement. So let's go ahead and go through it. So I'm going to click this link just once, and it will ask me this. So this is your clue that you're making a new one, and it will be blank. It will have the information that the teacher put in. It will not have any notes on it if you do this. So make a copy. And it's coming up. It's a Jamboard. So it came up because I'm already logged into a Google account. If you're not, then you might have a little hiccup there and you need to log into some Google account. So this is Jamboard. This is the app here. The Jamboard home will take you back and you can see other Jamboards. Let's just go ahead and do that. Okay. So this one's called Copy of. It's automatically called Copy of Unit 3 Cornell Notes. Now I sent you an email today on 225 that walks you through 6 steps. I'm just going to explain them here, but these are the same steps that I say there. So once you make that copy, you should click the name up there and you should change it to your last name. And I'm just picking a last name. And then leave Unit 3 Cornell Notes, click OK, and that will change the name. That will help me when you turn it into me so I know who you are. Okay, so the way Jamboard works, you may have used them in your classes before. In this Jamboard, I have several slides. So this is only yours. Here is the email address that you're going to share back to me on 3/11. But to get to the other slides, you're just going to click this arrow. And it looks like there is some filled in stuff here. And that's okay, you can change them. Maybe that's true with all of them. When I gave you guys the link, that's all right. So you can leave these or you can change them. You can make these questions. You can use these sticky notes or not. You can just use text boxes like this. That looks like that. And you might need to resize these. You can change what the text is like here. Okay. You can sort of bullet these out. And I want you, just like before, to fill in a few things in each section. In these 2 columns, you're going to fill in at least 2 items. And then you need at least 1 sentence down at the bottom, 1 or 2 sentences. So these don't have to be full sentences up here. They can just be notes that you take in live class. You should take them from class or the recording, okay? Independence, femininity. And if you spell things wrong, it's okay. That's not what I'm grading on. I'm grading on if you're participating and interacting with the information in class. Okay, so we want several things in each one. So this is the week 5 slide. Next week, you'll come back to your Jamboard, log into Google and get to Jamboard, and you'll just go to the 3rd slide where you'll log in. And this one happens to be blank, and we'll say, do you notice up here, I have some essential questions. These are optional. You can use them to help guide what you write. And if you don't need help with that, if you have your own ideas from what we covered in class, that's fine. But you can say, EB's choices, maybe, if we're going to talk about those or you want to keep track of them. To get out of those stickies, you just click out of the box. And maybe over here, oops, I don't know what I just clicked. Okay, maybe I want to say, right, so you can say whatever you want here. And if you want to delete it, you just click it and press, I just press the button delete on my keyboard. Okay, so I want to go back to my Jamboard home, and I want to point out, if you're not super familiar with Google, this is sort of your file folder, your online file folder of any Google documents, spreadsheets, Jamboards, slides, all of those things live in your Google Home. So when I click to open it again, this is still mine. See how it still has my name, not my name, my fake name. And my notes are still here. Whatever I added is auto-saved. Okay, and if I want to go out of it, it's just always going to be saved. If you want to switch over and work on something else, you can see this might look a little different than yours, right? But there are docs in here. Okay, these are all sorts of things. And so Jamboard is one of these apps. It looks like that. So you're just going to have to find it when you're ready to take notes again or add to your notes. You're going to log into that Google account and go to this little waffle thing up here. You'll see that you're logged in by having a number or picture, a letter or picture up here in your Google account. And again, your apps are up here. So there are lots of different apps. You have access to most of these. This is a different student's account. So reopen it here. And you're just working on it for 3 weeks and adding whenever you watch a recording or attend class. Let's go back to our course. Oh, let's see, it's not even there anymore because it replaced my. Apologies. Okay. So I'm trying to get back to our homepage. It didn't open in a new tab. That would have been better. But anyway, so back to the weekly announcements. I'm going to continue reminding you to work on your Jamboard notes. And these are the places that I want you to be careful. These, your class plan here, hopefully I've changed everything and not left any old Cornell notes in here. There is not a Dropbox anymore. And there should not be any more of those documents that look like just a regular 8.5 by 11 doc with our old style of Cornell Notes. So when you click on your reminder or you see it in your class plan somewhere, it should look like this. So these instructions say notes for Unit 3 should be taken on the Jamboard. New Jamboard Cornell Notes. Click to create only once for Unit 3. So this is that link again, but look, it's the copy link. So don't re-click that. It will make you a new set of notes that are blank without your added stuff. I'm still looking for the same things. This column is worth 1 point. This column is worth 2 points, and your summary is worth 2 points. Still the same requirements for the full 5 points per week, but now it's being graded as 3 weeks of notes altogether when you share this back to me. And here is that link. Here is the, you should cut and paste or type this in when it's time to share. Okay. So one more time, we'll go back to these, to my Jamboard. I left them open over here. When all 4 slides, you're filling out slide 2 this week, slide 3 in week 6, and slide 4 in week 7. When it's all filled out and your notes are good, you have 5 points worth of notes on each slide, you feel like you took good notes, you're going to click this share button. Okay, right now they are private only to me because I made a copy and I didn't change anything. And so what you need to do, let's figure this out. We need to share with other groups, with people in groups. You need to share with me. And I don't still have that open. So I'm going to go back to this. I know that my teacher's address was on that plan reminder. So I'm going to go here, copy it. I just pressed Control-C on my PC. And I'm going to paste it here. Again, the shortcut is Control-V on a PC, and it pops it in there. And it doesn't matter if you leave this as viewer or editor. I'm not going to write on your notes. I'm just going to look at them and see how it's attaching my own Jamboard, my pretend student Jamboard. And then I hit send, and it's going to send to me, your teacher. So you will do that on March 11th when these notes are complete and due, and they'll be worth 15 points. Please give me feedback. Please look for anything that I missed in our course that tells you the old instructions. And I hope you enjoy this more streamlined way of taking Cornell Notes for class. See you guys soon. Bye.